Well, whether you believed them or not, America seems to love the cases of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick here from the Lost River Drive-In, and today I want to give you a news update on The Conjuring 4, or The Conjuring Last Rites. Now, if you guys know anything about me, you know I'm a huge fan of the mainline Conjuring films. Not necessarily the universe as a whole, but the mainline films I love. Although The Devil Made Me Do It was a massive step down from the first two films, it's still a solid movie. And that's not to say I don't like some of the spin-offs, because I do, but overall, I'm more into the Conjuring films than the universe as a whole. So you'd have to imagine I was pretty upset when it was announced that The Conjuring Last Rites would be the last film with Ed and Lorraine Warren in the mainline Conjuring series. Now, with that, we hadn't heard news in a while, and people were starting to wonder why that was. Were they deciding on a story? What was happening here? Was it still going to happen? Well, yesterday, Warner Brothers officially announced the release date for The Conjuring Last Rites. It is set to be released September 26, 2025, just a little bit over a year away. And with that, you would have to imagine that production is about to ramp up with the movie. And it is, because we got an open casting call yesterday. And I want to go into this casting call with you guys because I find it incredibly interesting, and I think it's telling about where this film might be going. So first, the casting call says the submissions need to be in by July 19th, which is just 2 weeks away. So that should tell you that it's definitely about to go into production. But this is where it gets interesting. So the casting call calls for 4 girls, and this is the description of each one. First, you have Hazel, who is 14, U.S. accent, and is a child with a deep emotional intelligence and the ability to convey strong emotions. Must be comfortable with dogs. Then you have Donna, who is 16, Caucasian, courageous, and stubborn. Then you have a casting call for 2 different roles, but they're going by the same name. Carly, 7 years old, and Carly, 7 years old, twin sisters. Significant supporting role. Now, look, this is simple for me. If you guys know anything about Ed and Lorraine Warren, you know exactly what this means. This is the story of the Smurl haunting, a family from Pennsylvania. Now, if you're not familiar with the Smurl haunting, here were the claims basically made about the case. Between 1974 and 1989, Jack and Janet Smurl and their 4 daughters claimed that their house was haunted. And the Warrens would then come and investigate it and claim that it was haunted by multiple demonic entities. You would have Lorraine Warren even mentioning that she saw physically a black blob, she felt things, she saw messages written to her and Ed to leave the house, etc. Now, I'm not going to really get into more detail about that because that is really just, that's opinion. Whether you believe Ed and Lorraine or not, that is up to you, but those are some of the claims they made. The Smurl family themselves claimed that one of the daughters got pushed down the stairs by this force. One of the dogs was thrown against a wall, mattresses were shaken, one of the daughters was thrown down a flight of stairs, and multiple family members were assaulted during their time there throughout this 15-year period. Now, again, I'm not asking whether or not you believe their accounts, because I don't even really know. I'm just saying these are the claims, and this is what Ed and Lorraine went to go investigate. I know that this is the Smurl haunting because they visited in the 1980s. And if we're going chronologically, this would bring us to where the Warrens would be in the 4th film. We saw them in the 70s and we saw them in the 80s so far with The Devil Made Me Do It. Now we'd be getting later into the 80s with the Smurl haunting. On top of that, the dead giveaway is 2 things. One, you're looking for twin sisters. The Smurl family had 2 twin daughters. They were the younger ones. And 2, they have to be comfortable with dogs. Of course, that's one of the most notable things about these claims made, is that the dog was assaulted by this entity. So, this is clearly the Smurl haunting. And mind you, this was one of their most famous hauntings in the 80s and one of their last really big investigations that took place. So it would make sense that if you're ending the mainline Conjuring movies, this would be a really good place to step off the train. So I haven't seen anybody report this. I have not seen this anywhere. And it's crazy because it was so easy to put 2 and 2 together and realize what this was about. The Conjuring Last Rites is going to be about the haunting of the Smurl family in Pennsylvania throughout the 1970s to the late 1980s. That is what it's going to be. And it's going to be out next September. I'm really excited for the movie because I am a huge fan of the Conjuring films. Though I'm sad to see Ed and Lorraine leaving our screens, I'm really looking forward to this one and hoping they can really deliver. But I want to hear down below in the comment section what you guys think about this being the story for the final Conjuring film. Are you familiar with this story, or is this new to you? What are you hoping to see from this movie? What do you want to not see? Are you happy to see these movies ending? Anything and everything down below in the comment section. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Head over to patreon.com/The Lost River Drive-In for more goodies from my channel. Thank you guys so much. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out.